My name is Kristen Tormolin and I'm 17 years old, and Bethany is my little sister. Bethany is a 3-year-old little girl who was born with Down syndrome. Down syndrome is when your chromosomes split. She got 3 copies of the 21st chromosome instead of just 2. That means she looks a little bit different than your typical person. Her little tongue protrudes, and she has a bit of muscle laxity. There's a scale of mental retardation, and there's also speech impediment issues because of their protruding tongue, which makes it harder for them to communicate. 90% of prenatally diagnosed Down syndrome babies are aborted. Abortion is probably pretty common because of the misconceptions about Down syndrome that people have. We live in such a culture where things have to be the best of the best, and it's just that fear of having something different. And there's also some medical concerns. You know, people are like, oh, well, if they're not going to have a good quality life, then they shouldn't have any life at all. I don't think people know how incredible life is when you have someone with Down syndrome in it. Some concerns that I've had about Bethany is, of course, when she grows older, because it's easy to see her living out a great quality life as a 3-year-old, but, you know, what is her quality of life going to be when she's older? You know, I want to see her live out her full potential. Recently, I got to go meet Ted Polito, who is a man with Down syndrome who's 40 years old. I'm really excited to meet you, and I'm just really interested in seeing what life is like with other people with Down syndrome. I guess the most basic question is, when were you born?
1974, here in Denver, Colorado.
When he was born, he had such a poor tone. They would promise he'd walk or talk or anything.
What is it like to live with Down syndrome?
Awesome.
What struck me most about Teddy was his sense of humor and love for life.
To my bedroom.
He was the mascot for 3 years at Arvada West High School. He worked at the Colorado Capitol building giving tours. He served on the Rocky Mountain Down Syndrome Association board for 9 years. He serves charity through the Knights of Columbus and works at a prep kitchen for a restaurant. So are you happy with your life, Teddy?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what makes you happy with your life?
Just go on living and be happy.
Have your parents and siblings and nieces and nephews always been supportive of you?
Yeah, they taught me a lot of things.
Yeah, I think we're all proud of Teddy.
I certainly am.
What are some of the most important things that you've learned about life?
Don't give up hope. Just give them one day at a time.
I can just know all the good times we've all had with Ted, though, and how it's kind of helped the whole family, you know, all of our kids.
What is one of the best things that has ever happened to you?
Being born.
To meet Teddy was really encouraging, and I was able to see how he's living an incredible life, and it just gives me hope for Bethany that she'll be able to live to the fullest. People with Down syndrome are just like regular people. I mean, they're gonna have their hard days too, but people with Down syndrome, like anybody else, have the potential to overcome the obstacles in their life. Having Down syndrome doesn't give anybody the right to not give them the chance to live. You know, it's definitely gonna be worth it in the long run. Bethany definitely was born at a very unique point in my life. I had actually been battling depression for a long time before that, and it was just this horrible year, and I was pretty suicidal. I wasn't sure that my life really mattered that much. She just, you know, gave me this whole new perspective on life, which, you know, is incredible, because sometimes when you get so caught up in life, you just forget to smile at the little things. But she's this little red-headed reminder that each life is beautiful. One message that I would really want to get across is to not limit anybody with Down syndrome, to not put any stigmas on people with Down syndrome or have any preconceptions about it.
1, 2, 3. Good job.
I just love this one quote by Butler. It says, "How many beautiful children meant for this world have been killed because some test didn't come back perfect? How many smiles and hugs have the world lost because this little life wasn't given the chance to take a breath and change minds, hearts, and lives? Here's a newsflash. None of us is perfect. Some of us just have more visible crosses than others."